Let me acknowledge the presence of senators. Senator Erwin Tulfo, who came at 8:39 a.m. this morning. Congratulations. Senator J.B. Ejercito came at 8:40. Senator J.B. Ejercito, the good one. Senator Jingo Estrada, the bad one, came at 9:09. Senator Risa Ontiveros.
Morning, Chair.
I am required to read my opening statement. Ang haba naman ito. Since our first hearing, several significant developments have strengthened our case and exposed the depth of corruption in the flood control program. Nasa flood control pa lang po tayo. Let me put this in perspective for the Filipino people watching. The President reported that from 2022 to 2025, 545.6 billion was allocated for 9,855 flood control projects. Of this staggering amount, just 15 contractors, representing 0.7% of all registered contractors, cornered 100 billion pesos, or 20% of the entire budget. We have received reports of at least 60 ghost projects worth billions of pesos. These are incomplete, substandard projects and those completely non-existent structures that exist in the minds of the malefactors or only in falsified documents and fraudulent reports. What struck me most during our last hearing was not just the scale of plunder, but the sheer arrogance displayed by those who stole from the Filipino people. Masyadong mahaba po ito. Kailangan po nating makatipid sa oras. I will just say that I took note of the comment by a noted columnist. Sa kanya pong palagay, in the light of the damning evidence of corruption that is now unfolding before us, according to him, the Department of Public Works and Highways has virtually become a powder keg. As aptly described by him, it is now riven with criminal minds linked to corrupt power brokers, marred by funding insertions etched into the budget by the agency's executives and their cohorts at the behest of those who wield the so-called power of the purse. It is now very obvious that congressional insertions do not just happen at the bicameral conference. They begin at the district level, where collusions between the bureaucrats and politicians take place. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still in consideration of the motu proprio inquiry in aid of legislation on the Philippines underwater, including the privileged speech of Senator Panfilo Lacson entitled Flooded Gates of Corruption, delivered on August 20, 2025. At this point, let me ask the Director General to acknowledge the witnesses and resource persons.
Your Honor, if I may be allowed to proceed.
Proceed.
Currently present are Governor Humerlito Bons A. Dolor, Provincial Government of Oriental Mindoro.
Good morning, Governor. Thank you for your time.
From the Commission on Audit, Ms. Tracy Ann Sunico, Acting Assistant Director, Cluster 7, Defense, Security, and Gas, representing the Chairman, Attorney Gamaliel Cordova. and Miss Cinderella Esperanza Santos. From the Department of Public Works, Undersecretary Maria Catalina E. Cabral, Assistant Secretary Constante Llanes, Director Luz de la Rosa, Internal Audit Service, Director Alan Borromeo, Bureau of Construction, Director Reynaldo P. Faustino, Bureau of Quality and Safety, Regional Director Gerard Opulencia, OIC Regional Director NCR, Regional Director Roselier Tolentino, Regional Director Region 3, Engineer Henry Alcantara, former District Engineer Bulacan, 1st District Engineering Office, Engineer Bryce Erickson Hernandez, former Assistant District Engineer, Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office.
Is he present here?
Yes, sir, he is.
Where is he? You sit down here. Sit down.
May continue.
Proceed, Director General.
Engineer JP Mendoza, Chief Construction Division, Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office.
Mr. Chair, can we ask Engineer JP Mendoza also to take his seat?
Where is he?
Mr. Chair, would also like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Tobias Toby M. Tiangco, District Representative, City of Navotas.
Thank you for your time, Congressman Toby.
Engineer R.J. Damasig, Project Engineer, Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office. Engineer Merg Haron Laus, Materials Engineer, Bulacan 1st District Engineering Office. From the Bureau of Customs, the Commissioner is represented by Attorney Vincent Maronilla, Assistant Commissioner. From the National Bureau of Investigation, Judge Jaime B. Santiago is present. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council, Attorney Matthew David, Executive Director. From the Government Procurement Policy Board, Technical Support Office, Attorney Maria Dionesia Rivera Guillermo.
Let me acknowledge the presence of Senator Amy Marcos. Proceed.
From the River Basin Control Office, Dr. Civilio David, Executive Director. From the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board, PICAB, Dr. Pericles Dakay. From the construction companies, Mr. Alex Abelido, President, Legacy Construction Corporation. Supposed to be here. Ms. Cesara Rowena Discaya, President, Alpha and Omega General Contractor and Development Corporation. Ms. Maria Roma Angeline Rimando, Owner Manager St. Timothy Construction Corporation. Mr. Ernie Bagao, Owner Proprietor EGB Construction Corporation. Mr. Yomir Villanueva, President, Top Notch Catalyst Builders Inc. Mr. Lawrence Lubiano, President, Centerways Construction and Development Inc. Ms. Aderma Angeli Alcazar, President CEO, SunWest Incorporated. Mr. Edgar Acosta was also sent a show cause order but he is represented by Mr. Sozil Marbella, the new president. Mr. Mark Alan Arevalo, General Manager Wow Wow Builders. Ms. Marjorie Samidan, President MG Samidan Construction. Mr. Luisito Tiki, President LR Tiki Builders Inc. Mr. Ryan Willie D. Uy, Proprietor, Road Edge Trading and Development Services. Mr. Edgardo Sagum, Owner Manager Edmarie Construction and Trading. Mr. Alvin Diego, Authorized Managing Officer, Silver Wolves Construction Corporation. Ms. Melanie Raimundo, Authorized Managing Officer, Raymond Builders, Inc. Ms. Maritoni Milegrito, Authorized Managing Officer, Elite General Contractor and Development Corporation. Ms. Sally M. Santos, Owner Manager, SYMS Construction Corporation, Construction Trading. Mr. Pacifico Discaya, St. Gerard General Contractor and Development Corporation. From the the Secretary of DBM, Secretary Pangandaman, is also here, Your Honor. From the insurance companies, Mr. Edgardo David, President and General Manager, Travelers Insurance Surety Corporation. Ms. Josefina Salvador, Chief Executive Officer, Liberty Insurance Corporation. Attorney Darren De Jesus, President and CEO, Milestone Guarantee and Assurance Corporation. And from the DPWH, latecomers, Your Honor, Engineer Jason Hauco, the Insurance Commissioner, Attorney Reynaldo Regalado is also here. From DBM's Crescencia Sunga and USEC Rolando Toledo. And two more, Virgilio Eduarte from the Department of Public Works and Highways, and from 8J's Construction Services, Ms. Josefina Rosario. Those are the ones present, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Thank you, Director General. Senator Jinggoy.
Mr. Chair, may I ask the COMSEC if how many are those invited and did not attend today's hearing?
Director General, please respond.
Your Honor, Mayor Benjamin Bangalong was invited, but he sent a regret letter. He says that he will testify in the House first.
Who else?
May we know how
I
did he
think
explain
The note is this, Your Honor. He is anticipating that he will be called as resource person before the House of Representatives. He feels that his appearance before the Senate may preclude any actions that should be taken against all persons who are answerable. He does commit that he will make himself available for the Senate as soon as his appearance is dispensed with before the House of Representatives.
Mr. Chair,
So,
I think
the good mayor is expecting that he will be called to testify at the House of Representatives. But did he say that there was already an actual invitation?
He
Was
did,
there?
He did acknowledge receipt of the invitation, Your Honor.
No. Did he receive already the actual invitation from the House of Representatives, or he is expecting one?
We do
yet?
not have that information yet, sir, but
In his letter, what did he say? He was about to be
he is
invited?
anticipating.
He is anticipating. So
Yes,
there is
Your-
none yet.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I think the letter of Mayor Magalong is valid enough for him to be excused in today's hearing. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe the leadership of the House of Representatives just might just invite him in the near future, Mr. President, Mr. Chair.
So what is the wisdom of the members? Because there is a subpoena. Was he?
I think
Oh, there is an invitation letter, and I think the invitation letter was received by him, and he declined to be present today because he is still anticipating that he will be invited by the House of Representatives. And the reason that he gave is that he might, or his presence here might preclude any action against those answerable. I do not know how to process that. What does that mean,
Mr.
Senator
Chair,
Amy?
Mr. Chair, I heard the interview of Mayor Magalong. He said that he would want to bring the battle to the battleground. So yun yung kanyang na kaya pa gusto niya ay mauna siya sa House. Yun po ang naalala ko lang po, Mr.
But
Chair.
he's not the one to judge whether or not the action is in the House of Representatives or in the Blue Ribbon Committee of the Senate. I am not taking this against him, but it's up to the wisdom of the members. Palagay ko, hayaan na lang natin, hatulan na lang siya ng tao kung dapat nga siya nagpunta rito o ihintayin muna siya na siya'y imbitahin pa ng House of Representatives. I think we have to leave it at that. What do you think?
yes, I agree, Mr. Chair. It's just
Bahala na lamang siya kung iniisip niya na nandun ang battleground at
let's just
walang
leave it at that, Mr. President.
walang
Let's just
battle
leave it at
dito
that,
sa
Mr.
House,
President, Mr. Chair.
nasa Senate.
But Mr. Chair, I don't know. Hindi naman ho siya, and I believe, hindi po siya iimbitahan ng Congress. Simple as that, Mr. Chair. Baka hindi rin ho siya iimbitahan ng Congress, Mr. Chair.
So, we cannot judge what the House of Representatives will do. Pero yung pong imbitasyon natin, malinaw na sana'y magpahayag sa rito. Total, tayo naman nag-imbita na. Ngunit kung inihintay niya na imbitahan siya ng House of Representatives at sinasabi naman pala ng House, hindi siya iimbitahin, o de, bahala na lang sila kung anong gusto nilang mangyari. Pero as far as we are concerned, we are serious in inviting him to help us shed on some issues that this committee is trying to deliberate on. Let us proceed now.
Yeah, before that, who else, those who are invited who did not attend today's hearing, aside from Mayor Magalong?
Your Honor, Secretary Vivencio Dizon of the DDPWH also wrote to us a letter stating that having only recently assumed office and in view of the series of meetings and hearings already being conducted on the matter, he has had not sufficient opportunity to address several urgent and pending concerns of the department.
And
Mr.
for
Chair-
the information of the body, he also called me up at sinabi niya na napakarami pa niyang mga papeles na inaayos at total naman po kanya ay nagpadala naman po ako ng mga USEC na makakasagot po sa inyong mga initial na mga tanong. Sana po mapagpasensya nyo na po yung hindi ko pagdalo ngayong araw na ito lamang naman po. At sa akin naman pong palagay, okay naman po na pagbigyan natin siya.
I think that is a very valid excuse, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Who else?
And
Who else? All the contractors are present here? And the DPWH officials that were invited, are they all present?
Engineer Eugenio Pipo, former Undersecretary Regional
He's not
Operations, is not here.
Where is
He
he?
wrote a letter saying that he had tendered his resignation on August 20, 2025, which was accepted by former DPWH Secretary Bonoan on August the 29th. Furthermore, as of August the 29th, Undersecretary Ador G. Canlas has been designated by former Secretary Bonoan as Undersecretary for Regional Operations.
But that one is not a valid excuse. Even if you resigned, for courtesy, you have to be present because you are invited to appear. Anyway, we will deal with that matter in the next sessions that we will take. I would say that Representative Toby Chanco intimated to this representation that because he needs to be back to the House of Representatives as soon as he can, he requested that his testimony be first taken so that he can be excused as soon as we can. I approve, and I think the body will agree that anyway that he is present today, we can start with him. Unless there is an objection, I would start the questioning, and I will take advantage of his presence. Ladies and gentlemen. Congressman Toby, I am very grateful that despite your very busy schedule, you made time to appear before us. Let me first ask you that in one of your hearings at the House of Representatives, where particularly the insertions have been discussed, I remember Representative Egay Erice and yourself were asking that Representative Elizalde Co be invited in order for him to shed light on the issues being taken up in that hearing. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this came up after former Secretary Manny Bonoan told the committee that he does not know where, or he does not know the persons responsible in putting the insertions during the BICAM conference. Is that correct?
Your Honor, can I clarify that statement?
Yes, please.
Ganito po yung nangyari dyan. No? So nagsimula, ang una nag-interpellate ay si Congressman Erice. So sabi ni Congressman Erice, nung sa dulo na, sabi niya kay Secretary Bonoan, alam niyo ba kung ano yung amount na nadadagdag sa departamento pagdating sa BICAM? Ang sagot ni Secretary Bonoan at the time was that hindi namin alam dahil hindi naman kami part ng BICAM. Makikita na lang namin yan pagdating ng General Appropriations Act. So yun po yung pinagsimula nun. So ang sabi ni Congressman Erice nun, since hindi po alam ni Secretary Bonoan, ang taong dapat tanungin ay si Congressman Saldico. Kaya po siya nagmosyon na kung pwede, imbitahan ng committee si Congressman Saldico at yan po ay tinutulan yung motion niya ni Congressman Benny Abante.
Bakit po tinutulan ni Congressman Abante?
Parang ang sinasabi po nila noon is that hindi pa pwedeng maging resource person ang isang congressman. Kaya tinuloy ko po, kaya po ako nagsalita, humingi ako ng pasya kay Congressman Erice because he had the floor, if I could make a manifestation. Sabi ko, kung ganyan po na hindi pa pwedeng resource person ang isang congressman, hindi na dapat ituloy itong investigasyon na to sa House. Kasi sabi nung chairman nung una, walang sasantuhin. Kahit congressman, kahit senador, kahit sino. Eh kung hindi po pa pwedeng mag-testify under oath o hindi pa pwedeng resource person ang isang congressman, ibig sabihin, exempted yung congressman sa investigasyon. Yun po yung nangyari doon.
Bakit po napaka-importante, bakit po napakahalaga na kailangang malaman po natin kung sino-sino yung mga taong responsable doon sa pagbibigay ng insertions po doon sa BICAM o kahit na sa iba pang mga sessions po?
Kasi kami po, ako po, hindi ako member ng BICAM, no? So natuklasan na lang namin ito noong, ako nalaman ko lang yan, I think March 24. March 24 ko na lang nalaman na ganun kalaki. Kala natin nung una, PhilHealth lang binawasan, DepEd lang. Later on, natuklasan ko po na yung mga flagship projects ng administrasyon, ni Pangulong BBM, ibig sabihin po ng flagship projects, yan po yung mga foreign assisted projects, ay tinanggalan po nila ng pondo para maisingit yung mga pondo na gusto nila isingit doon sa BICAM. So kaya po, ako rin, napakahalaga po rin sa akin, na maimbitahan si Congressman Saldico. At doon po sa House of Representatives, meron pong small committee doon pagkatapos ng second reading. So ang pag-insert is not only doon sa BICAM, meron pang insertion doon sa small committee. So since walang makakasagot niyan kung hindi si Congressman Saldico, yun po, request po natin na siya imbitahan.
Alam po ba ninyo kung sino-sino yung miyembro ng small committee na binabanggit ninyo?
Sa House of Representatives po.
Opo.
Yes po. Ang chairman po nun is si Congressman Saldico, tapos senior vice chairman ng Committee on Appropriations, majority leader of the 19th Congress, and minority leader of the 19th Congress, Your Honor.
Sino po yung vice chair ng appropriations?
Senior vice chair si Congresswoman Stella Luz Quimbo po.
Sino po yung majority leader?
Congressman Manix Delipe po, Your Honor.
Minority leader?
Congressman Nonoy Libanan po, Your Honor.
Sa mga tweet, silang apat po ang nagko-compose ng small committee.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang nangyayari po, kasi alam ko rin naman po, dahil nagtagal din naman ako sa mababang kapulungan, kumisan po ay 2 hanggang 3 buwan po nating pinagdidebatihan yung budget. Mag-aaway-aaway pa nga po, kung minsan nga inaabot tayo ng madaling araw. At katapos-tapusan ang sinasabi ninyo ay 4 na tao lang pala ang gagawa ng mga bagay na inyong gusto sanang malaman kung anong nangyari.
Tama po kayo, Your Honor. Di ba po, sabi ko nga, magtatalo-talo, magbibigay ng inputs yung mga kasamahan natin. Tapos sa dulo pala, yung 4 na tao lang ang magdidesisyon. At yung problema po doon sa 4 na tao na yon, at least yung BICAM po, may BICAM report po yun eh. Makikita sa BICAM report kung ano po yung original net budget ng isang departamento, Your Honor. Tapos makikita po kung ano yung dinagdag or binawas, Your Honor, at makikita yung natirang pondo. Ang problema po doon sa small committee, wala pong ano yun. Di ba po, nung unang araw namin ng budget briefing, nandun po si Sec Mina, nandun po si Yusek Cathy, hiningi ko na po yung report ng small committee. Kasi po, di ba, sa rules po natin sa House of Representatives, Section 39, kung di ako nagkakamali, pero baka mali ako, nakasulat po doon na after 7 days after maipasa ang isang batas, or 15 days pagkatapos mag-end ng session, dapat po i-file sa archives lahat ng reports tungkol sa isang House bill. So una po ako nagpahanap sa aking staff, Your Honor, ng records doon sa archives, wala pong mahanap. Kaya nung first day ng budget briefing, hiningi ko po. Wala din sila, hanggang ngayon, wala po silang binibigay. So ibig sabihin, sabi ko, kung walang record yan, ang siguradong nakakaalam po niyan, Your Honor, is si Congressman Saldico.
Bago po tayo magpatuloy, let me acknowledge the presence of Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Wala po kayong nakita sa archive o ayaw po nilang ipakita?
Hindi po kasi yung archives, alam niyo naman po, Your Honor, yung archives natin sa House of Representatives, napakagaling po nun. Kahit yung deliberations ng 1987 Constitution, hanapin niyo po doon. Lahat, transcript, journal, kompleto po yun. Yun, wala talaga. At noong tinanong ko po, noon yung COMSEC, hindi po sila makasagot kung nasaan. Ang sabi ko nga, pa-email na lang sa akin, ang tagal na po noon, hindi in-email, so wala po talaga yon. At imposible naman na walang nakakaalam noon.
Alam po ninyo, meron po nga tayong tuntunin sa House of Representatives, kahit na po yung kopya ng enrolled bill, may 3 kopya po dapat na nandun po dapat sa opisina ng Secretary General. Sinubukan ko rin po sanang manghiram nun kung meron, pero hindi rin po nila naipakikita. Pero ganito po, so ayaw po nila talagang payagan na maimbita si Representative Saldico. Meron bang pagkakataon na kahit paano nakita nyo rin po kung sino talaga ang may kagagawan ng mga insertions doon sa BICAM?
Hindi po. Ang ginawa ko po, Your Honor, is nag-research na po ako kung sino po yung gumawa ng insertions.
Paano po kayo nag-research?
Ganito po. Okay, mahaba po yung history niyan, Your Honor. To be very blunt about it, di ba po, nung nabawasan ng flagship projects yung Pangulo, nung nakita niya po doon sa GAA na nawala yung kanyang malalaking proyekto, yung flagship projects ng gobyerno, naghanap na po siya kung saan napunta yon. So wala po ako nung unang meeting, pero I think nagkaroon ng meeting, ang dinig ko noong January, tinanong po yung Senate President, si Senate President Escudero at tinanong po si Speaker Martin Romualdez, hiningi yung listahan noong mga insertions doon sa budget. Ang pagkaalam ko, ulitin ko, wala po ako nung unang meeting, si Senate President Escudero, binigay po yung listahan ng Senate amendments, no? noong 3 days after the meeting. Nung tinawag po ako sa pagpupulong noong March 24, nalaman ko po na wala pang binibigay yung House of Representatives at that time, in March 24. Kaya po ako nasama sa meeting na yon is para hingin na sa House of Representatives yung listahan noong mga insertions ng House of Representatives naman. So kaya lang po ako napasok dun sa usapan na yon noong March 24. March 24, 2025 was the first meeting.
So dahil nga po sa paghahangad ninyo na malaman kung ano-ano yung mga insertions, kanino napunta at sino yung may kagagawan, paano po nyo eventually nalaman kung talagang nalaman ninyo?
Hindi, ganito po, Your Honor. So March 24, paglabas ko doon, kasi nagmamadali na si Secretary Bunoan eh. Kasi ang worry niya po noon, March 29, mag-election ban po, di ba? So hindi maa-award, hindi mapapagawa yung projects. At pag hindi po napagawa yung projects, apektado po yung buong ekonomiya natin, di ba po? So paglabas ko, tinawagan ko po si Congressman J.J. Suarez kasi sabi sa akin doon sa meeting na yon na since wala na si Saldi ko, ang kumakausap na lang sa mga department secretaries ay si Congressman J.J. Suarez. So ang ginawa ko po, Your Honor, tinawagan ko siya, hiningi ko po yung listahan ng insertions. Pero nagtagal po bago po nila naibigay sa akin. I think 3 batches bago po nila naibigay sa akin yung kompletong listahan po nung sa House of Representatives.
Sa mga po ay kinausap nyo si Congressman J.J. Suarez, nagbigay naman po ba siya ng impormasyon na inyong hinihingi?
Tinawagan ko po. Nung una, nagpabigay siya ng hard copy. Sabi ko, paano ko naman hahanapin to? Hard copy. Pero nagtagal eh. Checking ko lang po kung anong date niya binigay. Basta hindi ka agad. Tapos, ang nangyari po noon, binigay rin in 3 tranches. Una, nagbigay ng isang batch. Pangalawa, nagbigay ng isang batch. Tapos yung isang batch na tagalan. So sabi ko, hindi ko po ma-check kung at hindi ko masasubmit sa executive branch kung hindi kompleto. So later on, napilitan namin silang ibigay yung kompletong listahan, Your Honor.
Ano po ang nakita ninyo nung ibigay nila ang kompletong listahan sa inyo?
Hindi, ginawa ko lang, Your Honor, is pinagkumpara ko po yung di ba po, admittedly, lahat naman po kaming congressman, pag nakita yung NEP, ang natural na tendency naman hihingi ng extra para sa aming distrito. Okay? So susulat po kami. At least ako, sumusulat ako. So siyempre, nung binigay sa akin yung listahan, ang unang naisip ko noon, ang una ko pong naisip is, kung ikaw, congressman, hihingi ka para doon sa distrito mo. Hindi ka naman hihingi para sa ibang distrito. So minatch-match ko po yung data. Ang haba doon, hindi ko alam kung gaano karami. Ang una kong ginawa, kasi wala naman nakasulat na congressman doon. Ang nakasulat yung district. So para malaman ko yung congressman, hihingi ko po kay Yusek Katib. Pinadala ko sa kanya yung file, and she can confirm this, she is here. Sabi ko, Yusek, pakiisa-isa mo nga, lagyan mo kung sino yung congressman kasi gusto ko i-compare yung proponent tsaka yung congressional district. Kung congressional district, hindi ko naman kabisado kung sino yung congressman doon eh. So ang sabi ko sa kanya, pakilagay mo yung pangalan ng congressman. So binalik niya po sa akin. Pagkatapos noon, sabi ko po kay Congressman Suarez, ikaw naman, ilagay mo yung pangalan ng proponent. Sabi niya, bakit kailangan yung proponent? Kailangan siyempre malaman kung sino yung nag-request. So later on, matagal hanggang nung sinabi ko, walang gagalaw dito, hindi ko ma-represent ito. Kasi pinapaayos sa akin eh. Siyempre gusto ko, pag pinisenta ko po, dahil ako magpipresenta nun, kailangan kompleto yung data. So sabi ko, hindi ko masisimulan yung presentation kung hindi nyo ibibigay kung sino yung proponent. So later on, naibigay din. Wala lang yung telepono ko sa akin, Your Honor. Hindi ko ma-check na andun.
So makatwid, naibigay naman sa iyo ni Yusek Cathy Cabral kung ano-anong mga distrito yon.
Yes po, Your Honor.
At naibigay naman sa iyo ni Congressman J.J. Suarez kung sino yung proponents doon sa mga distrito.
Yes, pero nagtagal po. Nagtagal.
Kaya ngayon po, pwede ba niyong sabihin sa amin kung ano ang napansin ninyo? Kung ang pag-uusapan ay yung mga distrito at yung mga proponents na nagbigay o naglagay doon sa mga distrito na yon. Ano yung unusual na napansin ninyo kung meron man?
Your Honor, ang una ko pong ginawa, siyempre ako po'y magpepresenta. Ayoko naman na ako magpepresenta tapos mali pala yung data na pipresenta ko. So ang una ko pong chinek, Your Honor, is yung... Kasi di ba sa BICAM, may nadagdag naman talaga po doon sa Navotas. Okay? Yun nga, ini-issue sa akin, insertion yun. Hindi ako makakapag-insert, Your Honor. Kasi ako po ay hindi membro ng BICAM. So pwede lang po ako mag-request kung ano man yung pumasok doon sa BICAM, yun amyenda na pinayagan ng BICAM. Okay?
Opo.
So, para hindi ako mapahiya, ang una kong chinek is kung tama yung pumasok
Sa
o yung
ilang
nadagdag.
distrito?
Hindi, yung sa akin muna.
Yun nga po, sa distrito niyo.
Kasi alam ko po kung magkano yung nadagdag sa akin sa BICAM.
Tumama naman po.
Tumama, kasi ang request ko noon is 1.1 o 1.2. Ang pumasok po galing sa House of Representatives na request is 529 at meron po galing sa Senate na 121 po yata. Pero yung sa Senate is all classrooms po yon. So nung tumama na, sabi ko, since tama yung sa akin na nadagdag doon sa aking NEP, kumpiyansa ako na tama yung records. So ginawa ko po, pinesent ko na po.
Ano po yung nakita nyo sa ibang distrito na hindi masyadong, na very unusual? Halimbawa, palimbawa sa dalawang probinsya ng Mindoro. Mindoro Oriental at saka Mindoro Occidental. Because I'm going to take advantage of the presence of the good governor of Mindoro Oriental. Kaya ko lang po tinatanong.
With no offense meant, Your Honor, kay Gov. Dolor and to my fellow congressmen, ng district congressmen, ang una ko pong napansin doon is lumobo yung dalawang Mindoro, isang Oriental, isang Occidental. Ang NEP po nila is something between 1.5, sabihin na natin para safe ako, hindi lumampas ng 2.5 yung, but I have the figures, Your Honor, kaya lang para lang mabilis po tayo, Your Honor. Hindi lumampas ng 2.5 yung NEP nila, pero ang GAA po nila is, magkano ba? 20 billion. So, nagulat ako, sabi ko, in fairness doon sa mga district congressmen, Your Honor, hindi po nila kaya gawin yun. Hindi kayang gawin ng regular congressman na magdagdag. Hindi naman po sila miyembro ng Committee on Appropriations. Parehong first-term congressman po yun. So hindi nila kakayanin magdagdag ng ganun kalaki. Kasi ang hirap po, di ba? In my case, nag-request ako 1.2 billion, ang nabigay lang 569. So paano namang itong congressman na to, makakapagdagdag siya ng ganun kalaki? So chinek ko na po, sino yung naglagay ng mga pondo doon.
Sige po.
Tapos po, nagulat din ako kasi siyempre makikita ko doon sa proponent tsaka doon sa district congressman. Nagulat po ako na, for example, alam ko po kayo dating party list, Your Honor. Pero may dalawang party list po doon, nasa BICAM lang, hindi ko alam yung sa small committee, ay nadagdagan sila ng 2 billion.
Anong party list po?
Ako Bicol at BHW po. Ang alam ko po, Your Honor, ang party list congressman, ang allocation po yata, kung di ako nagkakamali, but I'm sure you know better, is 100 to 150 million lang.
Tama po yun. Kapag kayo po ay party list representative, tuwang-tuwa na po kayo pagka nakakuha kayo ng 170 million. So sinasabi po ninyo, dalawang party list yan, 2 billion po yung nakuha.
Sa BICAM po.
Sa BICAM.
So hindi ko na po na-check, Your Honor, yung kasi one-man team to, ako mismo ano nito eh. So,
balikan po natin yung sinabi nyo without any offense meant dun sa representative po dyan sa Mindoro Oriental at saka Mindoro Occidental. Kayo na po ang nagsabi na parang wala naman sila sa kalagayan na manghingi ng ganong kalaki sapagkat hindi naman sila kasing sikat ng isang Toby Chanko.
Hindi po.
Kung kayo nga po nanghingi ng ganito, kalahati lang ang naibigay. Sabi po nyo kanina, hindi sila lalampas ng at least 2.5B. Pero ano pong nakita ninyo? Naging 20 sa mga tweed. Magkano po yung nadagdag? Sangayon po doon sa inyong
Yun,
nakita.
17, ganyan, di ba? From 2, sabihin mo 2.5 to 20, di 17.5. Tapos ang isang nakita ko po doon, under proponent, nagulat po ako na yung proponent ng mga dagdag sa distrito na to, under BICAM, is si Congressman Saldico, na 13 billion. Sir, Your Honor, pwede bang i-ano ko lang yung USB na ayaw nila ipakita doon para mas madali kong mapaliwanag?
Yun nga po yung gusto namin kung papayag
Kasi
kayo,
mahirap puro kwento eh. Ito, may numero po to.
bigyan natin ng kopya po yung Blue Ribbon Committee. May I direct staff of the Blue Ribbon Committee to please secure the copy from Congressman Tiangco para makita po natin yung binabanggit niya. Ipakita po natin sa sa screen. Let me acknowledge also the presence of Senator Rapi Tulfo.
Mr. Chair, may I interject, Mr. Chair?
Yes, Senator.
Yeah, I would like to direct this question to...
Sandali. Let me acknowledge also the presence of Senator Bato. Continue, sir.
I would like to direct this question to Congressman Toby Tiangco. Sir, sabi niyo parang 17.5 ang nilobo nung budget. Tama po ba yun?
Kunin ko lang po yung eksaktong records para sigurado.
Kasi parang sinasabi niyo, 2 something lang ang request nung district na yon. And you don't believe na hindi nila kaya yung kasi mga ordinary at mga bagitong congressman. Tama po ba yon?
Hindi naman po ordinary, sir. Regular.
Yeah. What I mean
Regular.
to say, sa district ho na yon. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang tanong ko po ngayon, sir, may naririnig po tayo, ito po yung common lingo ito, yung sinasabing parking fee. Hindi ho kaya nagkaroon ng yung pondo na yon ay pinarada lang dito ng isang congressman na hindi naman taga roon. Ito ang tawag ay parking. Have you heard that, Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. Nadinig ko na po yun. Pero dalawang term po yan, di ba? Kung matatandaan nyo sa Kongreso, isa yung parking, isa yung sagasa.
Could you tell us the difference
Di ba yung
between
parking, Your
and
Honor?
sagasa?
Yung parking rep, Tiangco, medyo kabisado ko, pero yung sagasa, hindi ko pa, pwede bang ipaliwanag mo yung sagasa?
Hindi. Yung parking po, Your Honor, is nakiusap ka dun sa district congressman.
Yes.
Pumayag yung district congressman. Yung sagasa po, Your Honor, is wala kang magagawa sa ayaw mo't sa gusto.
Mas matindi pala yun.
Oh, Your Honor, so dalawang term po yan, Your Honor. Isang parking, isang... Kasi madidinig mo sa congressman nasagasaan kami. Paano naman kayo nasagasaan? Binatuhan kami ng pondo na hindi naman namin alam.
Ang ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, yun nangyari sa Mindoro ay sagasa po yun?
Your Honor, I have no personal knowledge. Your Honor, ito po. Mindoro Oriental, DEO, 2,530 billion ang NEP. Nandito naman po si Yusek Kati, pwede niya i-confirm to kung pareho yung records namin. Tapos, ang total budget is 20,999 million. Tapos, yung Mindoro Oriental DEO, 1,508,583,000. Ang GAA po niya is 20,795,429. So nagulat ako nung nakita ko yon, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
In
Chair.
both provinces, si Representative Saldico ang nakalagay po na proponent. Rep.
Hindi, doon po sa ano. Kasi ganito po to. Ito na po yung total. Sabi ko nga, hindi ko makikita kung ano yung sa small committee. Ang nakita ko, nung tinitignan ko po yung kay Saldico, next slide please. Yan, maliit lang eh. Yan po, for example, ito muna, ABRA. ang proponent is Congressman Saldico, hindi ko na po linagay yung district congressman, sir, kasi, Your Honor, kasi sabi ko nga, baka naman wala siyang alam, tapos mababash siya ng mababash, di ba po? So, ang nadagdag po to the District of Abra, sige, next slide, is 3,400,000,000, Your Honor, hindi ko po mabasa. Basta
68,345.
Yan po, Your Honor. Okay. Yan po, out of Saldico's insertion. Okay, next slide. Yan na po yung Mindoro. Yung next is Mindoro. Tignan ko lang po dito sa akin. Meron din akong kopya niyan. Your Honor. Next is Occidental Mindoro, 3.2 billion po yan ang nadagdag. Okay, next is Oriental Mindoro, 3,105,759,000. Next is total po ng Romblon is 620 million. Tapos next po, Bukidnon is 580,222,000. I would like to clarify, Your Honor, I will make it clear, hindi po ito district ni Congressman Joe Zubiri. Hindi po. Just to clarify, hindi niya distrito yan. Tapos yan, sunod-sunod na po. Itong Camarines Norte, 550 million. Itong, ano ba yung sumunod? Batangas, 429. Meron pa pala ulit na Mindoro. Hindi ko alam bakit nahiwalay ito. Baka ibang district ito. 400 million. And then Sarangani, 300. So next slide. Pag tinotal niyo po, yan, magbabalanse po yan. 13,803,693 with Congressman Saldico as proponent. And pag tinotal mo yung district, yung subtotal, 13,803,693,000, Your Honor.
For the record, ang binabanggit po nating Representative Elizaldico, siya po yung chairman ng House Appropriations Committee. Sa mga katwid po, Rep. Toby, kung titingnan po natin at pagbabasihan, ito pong nakalap po ninyong impormasyon, lumalabas po na si Rep. Saldico ay siyang proponent ng halos 13.8 billion. Hindi natin malaman kung ito pinarada o sinagasa. Yun po ba ang ating conclusion?
Ano po yung ilang congressman dyan, sabi na hindi amin yan. Hindi namin ni-request yan. So hindi ko na po, hindi na ako nagtanong kung parada yan or
sagasa.
Ang sinasabi ko lang po is, yan po yung nakita ko. Kasi normally, kung kunyari, yan po yung request ko, dapat ako yung proponent. At ako rin po yung congressional district. So pag magkaiba, magtataka kayo bakit eh.
Chair, baka may dadagdag si Gob, Dolor, dahil puro Mindoro ang binabanggit.
Yun nga po, may I take advantage of your presence, Gob. Total, nababanggit naman po ang inyong probinsya. Siguro po, makapagsalita kayo, sang-ayon po dun sa revelations po ni Representative Toby.
Nag-request po ako kay Gov. Dolor. Tapusin ko lang, mabilis na lang to eh.
Okay.
Yes. So makikita ko po, yung Ako Bicol, yan po, ang BICAM is 2,295,000,000. Next slide. Yan. Next slide. Yan. Ang Ako Bicol, ang ano po niya, ang napunta po sa BICAM pa lang is 2,295,000,000. Again, hindi ko alam yung small committee. And then yung BHW po, ang total is 2,064,000,000. At ito po, Your Honor, buti na lang naagapan to kasi po, hanggang ngayon, hindi po rini-release yan. Kasi nung natuklasan na ganyan, nakakapagduda, hindi po ni-release. Your Honor, pwede po ako magtanong kay Yusek Cathy. Meron lang akong gusto i-clarify, Your Honor.
Please proceed.
Yusek, di ba ginagawa ito short of award, di ba po?
Yes, sir. Kapag ka na lumabas na po yung GAA, pwede na po silang mag-advance procurement short of award hanggang ma-download po yung pondo sa implementing office.
Okay. Yuse Cathy, kung yan po ay short of award, ibig sabihin meron na yung lowest calculated bid. Tama po?
I'm not very familiar
Yes,
with
most
procurement.
probably.
Most probably.
Hindi, ganito lang po.
Point of
Your
order,
Honor.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
With all due respect, Mr. Chair, point of order po.
What is the point of order?
Just to remind all of us, Mr. Chair, na the resource person, if wanting to field a question to another resource person, must do it only through the chair po. Hindi sila pwedeng diretsyong
Pinayagan ko naman po,
magtanungan.
kaya para maka-economize ng time, kaya
Alright,
total
Mr.
magkatabi
Chair,
naman
I
sila.
submit.
Opo. Thank you. Thank you for
I'm sorry.
the point of
Most
order.
I'm sorry.
probably, Your Honor.
Your Honor, pwede bang malaman kay Yuse Cathy kung... hindi, pwede na lang po ganito, Your Honor. Pwede pong hingi na lang kay Yuse Cathy i-check kung meron na po itong lowest calculated bid short of award. At kung merong lowest calculated bid short of award, isubmit po sa committee ninyo kung natuloy yung bidding, kung sino po yung most probably na mananalo kasi siya po yung lowest calculated bid. Sa tingin ko napakahalaga yun para sa inyong committee, Your Honor.
Thank you, Rep. Toby. I think that is in order. Yusek Cathy, I think you should
Yes, Your Honor.
submit to the committee kung alin na dito yung binabanggit ni Rep. Toby na nagkaroon na ng, what is your term?
Bidding short of award.
Bidding short of award. Para malaman po natin at mabantayan na. Can you do that, Yusek Cathy?
Yes, Your Honor. We will direct all the implementing offices, whether it's regional office or district engineering office, to submit all the bidding documents of these projects that are bidded out short of award, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation.
Your Honor, ang request ko po, kung pwede, kung papayagan po ng committee, bibigyan ko po si Yuse Cathy nito para ilagay na niya. Hindi naman po kailangan po siguro ng committee, Your Honor, yung buong records. Kailangan lang ilagay kung sino yung posibleng mananalo kung natuloy po.
Yes, I think that is in order. Kung pwedeng maibigay nyo na rin ang kopya kay Secretary Yusek Cathy.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. That's all.
Chair, pwedeng humirit.
Yes, Senator Amy.
Maraming salamat, Chair. Palibasa natututo tayo ng wika ng Kongreso. May sagasa pala, may parking pala. Ano naman yung allocable at non-allocable? Lagi kong naririnig sa Kongreso, hindi ko maintindihan.
To whom are you directing the question, Senator
Kung
Amy?
maaari kay Congressman Toby, kasi naririnig ko, kung meron sila allocable, yung non-allocable, wala sila. Paano ba yun?
Your Honor, hindi ko po alam yung allocable at non-allocable kasi importante lang, pag lumabas po yung NEP, ang titignan ko po lang po doon is yung total NEP. Hindi ko na po tinitignan ko ano po yung allocable tsaka non-allocable. Baka po si Yuse Cathy po ang nakakaalam, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Chair, mukhang alam ni Yusek Cathy.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, let me explain. Yung not allocable, yun po yung hindi naman part ng district allocation. Ito po yung mga big ticket projects like foreign assisted na hindi naman po bumababa sa district maintenance fund, equipment fund, preliminary and district engineering fund, right-of-way fund. Yun pong district allocable, yun po yung based on a parametric formula that the Secretary Bonoan has instructed to prepare at least to determine more or less ano po yung ceiling ng budget kada distrito, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
So, sa pagtingin ng district, halimbawa yung district engineer, yung sinasabing allocable, yung kanya na ibibid.
Tama po,
ba
Your
yun?
Honor.
Tapos yung non-allocable,
Opo.
madalas napupunta sa region o di kaya sa central office. Ganun ba yun?
Your Honor, most probably, Your Honor, yes. Hindi po part ng district office yung non-allocable.
Okay, thank you.
Rep. Toby, siguro doon sa parada at saka sa gasa, doon sa parada malaman natin magkano yung parking fee siguro para sa kaalaman din ng committee. Doon sa sagasa, ano kaya yung ginamit na pang sagasa? Pison kaya o train o kung paano? Kasi kailangan malaman din natin.
Your Honor, hindi po ako sumasama sa mga usapang parking, so hindi ko po
Opo, alam po namin yun. Baka lang
alam ko po, hindi po ako pumapasok
sa pagsisiyasat ninyo ay makatulong naman kung ilan yung mga parking fees po. Sapagkat sinusuri na rin po ito kaugnay din ng pagtukoy natin sa maanumalyang flood control projects.
Your Honor, pasensya na po. It's baka third-hand information, chismis eh. So ayoko naman magsabi ng chismis kung hindi naman yung mismong naparadahan ang magsasabi sa akin na siya'y naparadahan. Ng
Salamat po.
Mr. Chair, may itatanong lang ako doon sa bid short of award. Kasi nalilito ako. Ang pagkaalam ko po kasi, only projects that are included in the NEP can undergo pre-procurement. Bakit dito sinasabi na pati yung initiatives, insertions in the small committee and the BICAM also undergo pre-procurement bidding short of award? Di ba bawal yun? Akala ko yung NEP lang.
Madam Chair, if I
Yes
may.
po, ayun.
Yes po. Ano po yan, nasa rule po ng New Government Procurement Act. Ang pwede lang pong i-early procurement, hindi ko po alam yung term nila na short of
bid
award.
short of award,
Ang
yeah.
meron po tayong term is early procurement
early-
activities. Ang
So
ibig
yung
sabihin po
early
nun,
procurement,
ito
iba
po,
pa yun sa pre-procurement,
yeah,
no?
ito po yung pwedeng ipabid pag nasa National Expenditure Program na. Pero pag nasa BICAM po at saka sa hindi na po kasi nagbago na po yung mga numero eh.
Kaya nga, so
Magkaiba po 'yon.
So, yun na nga, yun ang tinatanong ko.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
talking about the same thing.
Opo.
So, yun ang
Mali lang
tinatanong
po
ko.
siguro yung pagkakagamit ng term ni Yusek Cathy.
Yung kanina, yung kay Yusek, hindi maaring i-pre-procurement o i-early procurement o i-bid short of award kapag hindi kasama sa NEP. Hindi ba ganun yun?
Yes po.
Dapat,
Section
yung mga
21 po.
Yung mga insertions, congressional initiatives, lahat yan, walang pre-procurement.
Wala po.
So, walang aregluhan sa kontratista.
Wala po. Ang
walang
early
down payment o mobilization fund.
Yes, ma'am.
Magkaliwanagan
Opo.
lang
Yun po,
tayo.
early procurement po, Section 21 of the New Government Procurement Act.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
that went through the Senate. Thank you.
Opo.
Point
So
of
I
order,
think that
Mr.
is
Chair.
very clear.
Mr. Chair.
Nasa bagong na yan, new government procurement, RA 12009.
Mr. Chair, point of order, Mr. Chair. I
Yes.
just want to know what is the process of the other colleagues having their time questioning. Kasi kung hindi, wala eh. Kahit na sino sumingit, sorry, it's okay. Kahit na sino
Sige.
sumingit-singit, ito kanina pa, more than half an hour na siya, hindi pa siya nakapagsalita. Siguro naman bigyan natin ng allocation each senators ng time limit o 10 minutes. Kasi kung hindi, kanya-kanya tayo, sabog-sabog tayo. Yun lang po yung aking pananaw, Mr.